What's up, Tito? Hold on, I can't hear you. Give me 1 second.
Let me check my mic. Okay, my mic's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just so you know, I just put us live so I can set up the just the stream stuff.
Cool.
So as I usually ask, please no ethnic slurs.
Oh yeah, I definitely
Um,
not.
Now, do you also do YouTube? I'll ask you this during the interview, but do you also do YouTube?
I don't for Hearthstone. No,
Okay.
I don't.
You do it for other things for your modeling career?
I used to, I wish, man. I used to make autotune videos. You ever heard the
No
Sweet
kidding.
Brown? Anybody got time for that? Anybody got time for that? You ever heard the song before?
No, but is that you?
Yeah. It went like super viral like 15 years ago. So I used to do that, and then I started streaming.
Surprised you don't still do YouTube then.
You know, it just changed. Like for what I was doing on there, it's not as successful anymore. And then I started streaming, and I just stuck with streaming. But I would do a YouTube if I switch games, and like a fresh game. I would make a YouTube for it for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where I get some monetization on YouTube, but it is a fucking uphill climb for a small streamer.
Yeah, it's tough. Keep grinding though. I believe in you.
Hell yeah. And Pilot, Cantelope Pilot.
Hey, Pilot. Hello. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Pilot never made I believe, a hit autotune song, but he is a music teacher.
Cool. That's awesome. What kind of music do you teach?
Elementary through high school band. I'm a band director.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I've taught K through 6 general, high school, kind of taught the whole thing.
That's awesome, man. I never played in band, but I did sing in choir for a long time.
Nice.
It was fun.
I also sang in choir, which was to the detriment of everybody. It's okay.
I mean, that's funny. Choir's fun, man. I miss it.
All right, let's see here. Okay, so we are live. I might as well upload the thumbnail. Did I download the thumbnail? I did. Okay, beautiful. All right, so basically we just do the intro. We talk about what we've been doing inside the game, outside the game. We'll interview you. We'll talk about the news stuff after the news. And yeah, so cool. Don't feel like one thing that people come on, like, will feel free to talk about. Feel free to go on tangents. Feel free to talk. Don't ever feel like you're talking too much. This is a podcast. People are here to hear you talk. It's usually bad. Like, so what have you been playing? Priest. Great.
Oh yeah, man. I got you. That's one thing I can do is yeah. I promise.
All right, fantastic. Do you need to get a drink or anything?
Mates? Is that a yerba mate you're drinking?
No, it's the Sam Summer.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
I know I'm a big.
Go get a drink quick. I'm just finishing up the game I was in.
All right, I'm a big stout and porter fan, but nice. I also don't mind a good shandy or something.
Yeah,
I'm a beer connoisseur.
I love beer
fair enough.
I love beer, yeah.
Yeah, no, if you get me a good like coffee porter or like a vanilla stout or something like that, I'm in heaven.
They're pretty good. They're just heavy for me because they make me like sleepy, you know. The heavy beers.
Oh, that's my secret. I'm always sleepy.
You're always sleepy? There you go.
All right, let's see.
You guys both have Shure SM7Bs, looks like.
Yeah.
The mic?
Huh?
You guys both have we all have the same mic. Yeah, these are the best. These are the best mics.
So I come from the podcasting school of Ridiculous Hat, and I went with his initial suggestion for the first mic, and then I went for his initial suggestion for my upgraded mic when I actually proved that I was going to be podcasting for more than a while. So poor Pilot. So Pilot and I roped him into doing a podcast about Warcraft Rumble, which we did an entirely one episode, and he bought the microphone for it. And then my co-host co-host that used to be on the show left, and I was like, well, I guess I might as well have Pilot use his mic that he paid for. Paid $170 for, or whatever the hell it was.
And they're good though. These are good ones, built
They
to
are.
last.
Yeah,
Worth it.
Yep.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. I think I am good. Is everybody good to start the show?
Oh, is there a chat here?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we have a chat. We are
Oh,
streaming
nice.
right now onto both YouTube and to Twitch.
You want me to repost anything on Twitter? Did you guys make a post? I can.
We haven't.
Okay. Well, if
Hold
you do,
on.
I'll retweet it.
Yeah. Let me. I don't know. Do you have a Discord for your part? Whatever.
I do have a Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put up a post real quick, and then you can repost it.
Cool.
Post. We are live now with. What's your Twitter? Okay, never mind. I find the Cantelope.
I think it's the can. Yeah, I changed my Twitch used to be the Cantelope, and then I got it changed. You know, once I became a partner, so that was nice.
Oh no, I'm just looking for Twitter. Yeah, congratulations on partner.
Well, I never got to change my Twitter one with it. Is my point. So the Twitter one's still the Cantelope.
I never thought partner would be even a thing for me, but like we've actually been growing, so maybe someday.
Oh, you guys got it, man. Just keep.
Oh no,
keep
no,
it
no.
going.
So I work with Lana.
Yeah.
Over, and I am a separate. Tito Santana is a separate entity from Bread and Butter Hearthstone. So as far as like growing and as far as Blizzard is concerned, we are two separate things.
Gotcha.
Which is a pain in the ass. Wait, why did I do two different? Hold on, delete that. Delete, yes. Delete, yes. Live with. Boom. I don't know why it gave me two different things here.
This studio page is pretty cool. This Riverside.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So we used to
handy.
all right, so we used to have, it used to be a process where it'd be like, okay, now you need to download Audacity, now you need to record yourself, now you need to send it over to us. And unfortunately we had a couple issues here and there, and then we had the housewife on a couple times, and she was like, oh, I didn't end up recording. So I was like, oh yeah, you know what, let's find a better service. I just sent you a link to the tweet that we have.
Yeah, sometimes these programs have trouble picking up my camera for some reason, but my camera just right away it worked with it, which is nice.
Yes, this one's pretty good.
Oh, look at this. You made that quick.
Yeah, that's what we do.
The post. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, no, I try to do things. I drink and I know things, I guess, is what I'm supposed to say, right?
All right, cool. I reposted it.
All right. If everyone's ready to start, let's go ahead and get started. Let me just pull up the show notes here so I can know what episode we are on and all that. All right. Pilot, you good?
Yep.
All right, let me just find our song here. Turn the volume down because it's too loud. And then here we go. Wow, that sounds so weird to me. I hope it comes through okay, because that just sounds like loud and then off key and then slow and then fast. But anyway, the intro just played for through our services. I am Tito Santana. Welcome to Bread and Butter, where we're serving up the basics for Hearthstone improvement. We are entirely out of order today, but as usual, I am joined by Pilot. Pilot, how are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am amazing. And we are joined by a very special guest today, Cantelope. Cantelope, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm waking up, but feeling pretty good. Feeling nice.
Well, fair enough. Well, what have you been doing inside of the game of Hearthstone lately?
The expansion launched, was it last Tuesday? I think.
It feels like it's been out for weeks, but it's only been like 5 days. So yeah, or 6 days.
Yeah. So I've just been playing ladder. I really enjoy new expansions, new releases. I love trying new stuff. So I've just been trying to grind on the ladder and try through different decks, see what's competitive. But yeah, it's been fun.
Anything particular that you've been excited about? Well, we'll talk about it more later, but what let's
Yeah.
really get you go to early.
I know it's gonna maybe not be the answer everyone wants to hear, but I really like that spell shaman. I feel like it's obviously really strong, but it's new and I think it's really fun. I enjoy that gameplay style. So I've quite been liking that deck a lot, actually.
I mean, it is one of the most popular decks out there, so you're not alone. Pilot, how about yourself? What have you been up to in the world of Hearthstone?
Yeah, I'm still kind of deck rouletting through for the most part, try to play a bunch of different stuff. I was out of town last week when the expansion launched, so I didn't build much. So I net decked a bunch, and then ended up grabbing. I know No Hands put up a video of a deck from each class. It's just something to try. So I grabbed all those and threw them in and kind of worked through that. And the Toothsayer Priest has been what I've played the most of,
Hmm.
which was not something I was expecting, but I've really enjoyed that deck and kind of figuring that out, especially figure out how to walk the line of how greedy can I be and how much can I hold off. Can I wait to prepare this so that I get a bigger discount so it's easier to schism? And when can I hold off, or when do I need to clear? Most of the time it's been working. I struggled with it at the beginning. I don't know what my stats are. I feel like I'm like 75% playing on my tablet and on my phone, but I'm like 35% playing at my PC on it, with deck tracker. So I don't know what my actual stats are, but I went from D5 to D2 pretty easily this morning,
Nice.
even with seeing, I think, 9 out of my 11 games this morning were against Rogue, um, which was a little annoying, but I was actually winning them, so I was okay with it.
Does that deck run Umbra? Is that the one that resummons a bunch
Yes.
of the? Yeah, okay. I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, so yeah, you run Soothsayer and Schism, the Shatter card,
Hmm.
and then you actually complete the quest so that you can Umbra the
Oh,
quest reward as
I
well.
see. Okay, that's pretty cool. Quest reward's strong. They just don't usually
It's
play it, but if you can,
Yeah,
it's really good.
it's really good, and especially late game for some extra bursts if you need to copy that one, and then you've got a good chance that most of your Umbra triggers are that.
I always forget that the priests have the quest up, and I feel like I'm winning, and then I'm like, oh crap, I forgot about that card coming down. It's always a big deal. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of that priest actually, and sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. But so I thought I was going to be playing a ton of Jara's Triumph Druid, and that deck is good. It's fun. It's playable. But then I got around D9 and I was like, well, maybe I should play some other things. And then I didn't do other things because I played a metric ton of Pure Paladin. And I started off with the Fireball Paladin, which got me a bounty at Theory Crafting, which I really, I wanted to be good, but it's not good. It's not good. I just got lucky. It just was the pocket meta inside of Theory Crafting, which doesn't count for anything. But then we went to Bruiser Paladin, and Bruiser Paladin's my jam. It is so much fun. So you basically play Beatrix, which gives you 10 bruisers. Bruisers gives you a bunch of random paladin stuff, which costs 2 less. So it's basically like we don't have the Countess, we have the Countess at home, but it works out okay. It's you generate so much stuff and you have to solve puzzles and whatnot. So I have been having fun with that. I went from D9 to Legend with that. When I'm not playing that, I do tend to shift over to Triple Unholy Death Knight because that is a deck that I really enjoy. It's not that much different than the previous one. I just made guides for a quick guides for the Paladin, Pure Paladin, and for the Triple Unholy. But like Triple Unholy, it basically drops Chow Down, adds Tower of Ghouls, adds the weapon that you swing with, and Maiev. Not too much different, but like the Tower of Ghouls is really really good. So is the weapon, especially when you have I don't know grave strength. So it's been a lot of fun. It wins really well, and I'm enjoying it. But I haven't played nearly as much randomness as I want usually do because normally I just play everything and my rank suffers for it. This time around, I'm actually trying to do well and I'm finding decks that I'm winning with. So it's what even though there's all this other stuff I want to do, when you start winning with decks, you kind of want to just keep winning. So it's hard to shift away from that. But we'll talk about all this later. Cantaloupe, what have you been doing outside of the game of Hearthstone?
Man, I've been playing a lot of PoE 2, Path of Exile 2. I really, really love that game. Been just grinding that, man. I love it. But yeah, honestly, like if I have free time on my computer, I'm either playing that or I'm in the beta for an old school MMO called Monsters and Memories that I really like quite a bit. It's like an EverQuest throwback, like a
Very nice.
difficult on purpose kind of game, and I've been really having fun with that game too. So that's kind of what I've been up to.
Nice.
And
Anything
just
outside of video games you've been doing?
man, I've been running a lot, trying to get my cardio back, trying to stay healthy. I turned 40 in March, so I'm trying to stick with the fitness and stuff, just keep my brain and my body good. And that's about it, man. I'm a pretty simple guy. I just stream and work out, and then I play video games.
Don't let the fat belly fool you. I used to be a runner. I used to run a sub 5 mile.
That's really fast. I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore either. I'd be happy if I could run a sub 15 mile right now, but
Sub 5 is no joke. That's really fast. Good job.
Well, the funny thing was I could never run the mile like by itself on track in under 5. Like I was always like 502, 503, but my splits for like a 2 mile or like a 3 mile or 3.5 or whatever hell it was, those were always like, not always, but when I was at my peak, I was like 452, 450. So it was a good time.
Really
Then I
fast.
joined the army, and the army made me worse because the army's like, "Oh, you run fast? We're just gonna run fast." It's like, no, that's not how distance running works. You got to actually run longer and do sprints and do this and do that. They're just like, nah, we're just gonna run fast every other morning for like, an hour. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
that's just not how it works.
I'm impressed. Only 505? Like that's really fast too, man. That's really, really fast.
No. It was enough to get me like I was like honorable mention in like all conference. I wasn't I wasn't the top runners, but I was
I'm
like,
impressed. I'm
well,
impressed.
thank you.
I know how fast
Those
that is,
days,
so
those days are long ago and far away. Kind of like Star Wars. But
well,
Pilot, what have you been doing?
the coffee stout isn't gonna help shave any seconds down, that's for sure.
No.
No.
In fact, the lack of exercise is also going to help with that. I should get out there at some point, but I don't. Pilot, speaking of getting out there, what have you been doing outside of Hearthstone?
Yeah, so I was gone last week working at band camp for a friend of mine. Worked his camp since he's been at that school, and always a good time to go do that. And then outside of that, still just been kind of jamming away at Dragon Age Veilguard. Was playing along with Squelch, and I say was because I'm probably like 3 or 4 weeks ahead of what they're going to be on the podcast, which is normally I try to play with them. I end up like 3 weeks behind and then struggle to catch up. But I just been doing the thing of, okay, I'll go do one more side quest. Okay, I'll do another side quest. And that's like 3 hours later. It's just like, oh, I need to go to bed, don't I? Yeah, I should do that. So that game's been a lot of fun. Really enjoying that and have a really fun lightning spellblade build going on. That's been very, very enjoyable now that I've kind of gotten the gear and levels for it to where I don't have to play as defensive. I could just smash people in the face.
What's the game called again? I'm gonna Google it.
Dragon Age, the
Dragon
Veilguard.
Age.
So it's the newest Dragon Age game.
Cool.
I didn't play any of the
about this
older
game.
ones, but I jumped in on this one because they were playing it and it's on Game Pass and I had time to play it.
Is it like an RPG?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it looks cool.
So for those that don't know, Squelch, I'm wearing the shirt right now, used to be a Hearthstone podcast, and that's with our friends Dano and Matt at Arms and Stormrage, who have all been on the show before as Hearthstone and participants, but they no longer do that. They decided they wanted to move away from that, so they now do they're kind of like a book club, but for video games, and usually it's Mass Effect. So they're finally getting away from that and doing other games, but they've done a bunch of games. So
they've just gone to the other half of BioWare.
They've just come to the other half of BioWare, yeah. But they're awesome people, and the podcast is awesome. So if you are looking to listen to people talk about other video games outside of Hearthstone, and you maybe want to play along with some people, that is a great podcast to listen to. I really suggest it. That's Squelch, like as in somebody is making a lot of noise and you don't want to hear them. By the way, Pilot, I have a question. Did Alyssa Hannigan really ruin conversation for you about Bandcamp? Like,
What?
She's the
Oh,
one from American Pie.
no.
I gonna lie, I
Okay.
was thinking that I always hear that quote in my head too, you know, when I hear Van Camp.
So I've had a couple weeks ago, I had opportunity to do a lot more yard work. I have that coming up at the beginning of August as well, because I will be on vacation watching the dogs while the rest of my family go on vacation elsewhere. I'm saving money and I'm enjoying the peace of not doing anything outside of things I want to do. And that's involving a lot of yard work and housework. Next, plan on doing some content creation this time. I didn't really do it that much time. I have a whole video that I'm working on. I think it's coming out okay. So we hope to get there. It's going to be something like more outside of just a deck guide or whatever like that. So we'll talk about that when that's ready. Outside of that, I get to play Magic this weekend with my kid for the first time.
Oh, that's cool.
My wife, my wife is really kind of like yeah, we're on the side of the more conservative parent as far as what your kids can do and not do. So when she went shopping at BJ's this week, she found like a beginner guide for a beginner deck thing for Marvel Magic, and she was like, "Yeah, you guys can play this." I was like, "Great." Wonderful. So we played Iron Man versus Captain America this weekend with these decks, and it was a lot of fun. I'm also I finally I have a uh, Commander deck for the first time. I haven't played Commander yet, but I have Secrets of Strixhaven Quandrix Unlimited deck, which I finally sleeved up, and I'm looking forward to playing that. I have some people at work I'm going to start playing with, so we're looking forward to getting into a little bit more Magic. But overall, it's been pretty quiet. Just doing the things and living the life and working and whatnot. I could talk about work where like I can't talk about work, but I can talk about I'm taking some I can't talk about my job, but I could say, hey, at my job, I am taking this really convoluted. If you're a developer, we had like a map and a map and a map and a map and a map, and that was horribly designed. And I am now moving that into like a 5-dimensional array, and it's going so much faster. And that stuff's rewarding and fun, but no one cares about that. People want to hear about Hearthstone. Pilot, do we have any Hearthstone news this week?
We do have some news. Obviously, the new expansion dropped, so we don't have a patch, or maybe we had, was it a hotfix patch maybe after the expansion launch? I don't remember which.
There was two.
There's a couple hotfix patches.
Yeah. There was one for the Slag Maw, and then there was one
Yep.
for the Mind Breaker, or whatever the priest card was that does AoE damage.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of cards that have had issues, which was kind of expected in an expansion that pushed a lot of the rules and interactions. And a lot of cards that people have been questioning whether they're working as intended or not. And we don't have a ton of confirmation on yet. But if you're playing the first couple days, Minesweeper was banned. The Priest 2-drop, if you played a card that was copied from the opponent, it does 2 damage. Apparently, it was adding every time you played a copied card or something like that. It was doing weird things and doing more than it was supposed to. So they banned it for a day while they fixed it. And then as soon as it got out of jail, Slagball got put in its place, which is the Shaman Kindred battle cry summon 2 sizzling cinders. Kindred trigger them with the sorry,
Cat.
cats are being awful tonight. With the Mugsy, if it was the 5th battle cry, it was doubling the battle cry and doubling the Kindred, and apparently it's not supposed to double the Kindred, so it is still banned while they are fixing that.
Oh, is it still banned?
Yes, it is still
okay.
banned as far as I know. I have not run into any Z shamans lately, so I'm assuming it's still banned.
It's still banned. And
it's
oh my
still
god,
on there.
I ran into that on ladder a few times, like, and it was just you don't count it. You just kind of assume that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And you're just like, oh my goodness, how much damage is this thing
It was
gonna
pretty
do?
broken. It was pretty.
Yeah.
I abused it a little bit the first day too. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, it's nice to get the band to be confirmation of the Kindred's not supposed to be part of it, because no one was fully sure. Apparently, it's been working like this since it's been in the game. There just wasn't a consistent doubling because you had to either
Oh,
dark
so
gift
if you ran
it.
If you ran Dios,
or
it would double.
apparently there is someone in Coin Conceit
Interesting.
Discord whose slag ball was kind of their pet card, and they said that it's been doing this since it's been in the game, and normally showed up because of Shutter Block before rotation. So
Oh, Shutter Block. Yeah.
yep. So that is still banned for now. There are also some other cards that are having some issues. A bunch of these are in the forums and on the known issues, but some of these are not, including right now in Z Shaman. There are Z Shaman lists that are running the quest. The quest is a spell. Apparently, Mugsy checks before or like after the mulligan or after the opening hand, because it's not picking up that the quest is in the deck. So when you're in the deck builder, it says, hey, this will not trigger one of the hero powers, and then you get into game and you have the battle cry hero power. So that, I think I have seen from somewhere that that's not intended, but it's not banned because it's not broken.
I was wondering
So
about
it's
that.
not,
I saw that on Twitter, and I didn't know
yeah.
I didn't understand like why it would work or not, but it makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
my guess is something with the ordering, since the quest always starts in your hand. Um, it probably doesn't pick up on it. There's also been some conversation about Warlock, which is the neutral Murloc that lets your next Murloc that costs 3 or less, you pay health instead of mana. That's being used in 2-bit Rogue, where Troublemaker specifically says 2 mana, so it's not quite sure if that's a bug or not yet. So there's a couple different lists running that. And then one that I ran into today, where if somebody plays Wizened Watchkeeper, I think it is, which is a neutral card that no one played until they generated it in Shaman. That is the Draenei, 4-mana Draenei that sets everything back to the original cost in hand. That hard locks Jailbird at 5. So if you prepare a
Oh,
card
interesting.
and then it gets set back and then you prepare again, it will not reduce Jailbird. And I lost a game because of that earlier today, because I was sitting there trying to just wait it out, and I had Soothsayer. I'm like, okay, I can Soothsayer for 5, play both my Jailbirds, hopefully live with this wall of taunts, and then I would have had Soothsayer hold them off to Lifesteal and Schism. And then I couldn't play my Jailbirds because they both cost 5. And I died.
So we need to jailbreak Jailbird.
Yeah. So apparently, for some reason, that hard locks Jailbird at 5, whether you have reduced the cost beforehand or not. Because I saw, I think Sunkyu had posted in the bugs reporting it, and then I had the issue where I had not reduced it, so it didn't even reset it, and then didn't let me do it. So there's a bunch of stuff like that in the bugs. There's a few things also on the tracked issues. Most of them kind of here or there or more wild related. Like right now, Prince Renathal and Rafam cannot be included in the same deck. Apparently, Violet Punisher, which is the neutral, take all the bonus keywords from a minion. Some minions retain taunt after being targeted by that currently. So a bunch of just kind of odd bugs going on now. I would assume with it, being the beginning of the week, we'll probably have a hotfix patch middle of the week, hopefully, to address some of them before the Masters Tour playoffs this week.
Do you
Also,
guys
keep in
think
mind.
that the Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
I was
please
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
do you guys think that the quest in Spell Shaman's actually good? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen anyone play it. Do you guys think it's actually busted or what? It's obviously a
I
bug,
think-
but
I've won every time I've faced it.
okay, so it like made the deck worse because they had one less card in the opener. Maybe.
So looking at HS Guru, granted, most of the Z Shaman stats are from when it was abusing Slag Maw, but under like the meta, Z Shaman is 57.5%, Z Quest Shaman is 49.4%.
The reason probably is because the 1 mana discover a minion card are so important to winning that if you get baited into playing the quest on one instead of playing a minion on one, you're probably gonna lose. So it makes sense.
Yeah, let me see if let me filter past 3 days after Slag Maw, and yeah, it's like 3% difference between the decks.
Yeah,
with and without quest.
That's funny.
So
Yeah, so we have the Master Tour coming up this weekend, so we're probably not expecting any. Well, they normally take 2 weeks now anyway before they put out any kind of balance outside of like, oh crap, this is really broken. So I'm not expecting a patch this week. But yeah, no, this is been a lot of fun. Do we have any other news, Pilot?
I don't think so. There might be something that I'm missing, but like I said, there's a lot of kind of official, recognized bugs and things that are on the forums that they haven't, thrown onto the tracked issues yet. I'm sure as they're kind of prioritizing and trying to figure stuff out.
Also, remember that, like, I know a lot of people will be like, small indie company, but like, we have so many start of game effects now that affect the other start of game effects. Like, you have the stupid priest card that copies 20 of your cards, and if it copies your Beatrix, it'll copy that, and it has to figure out the order of these things. That's not simple. So, like, and you can test all kinds of things, but you're not going to get the plethora of conversations of combinations that you will get until you start getting data back from users. So just report your bugs. People, they'll figure it out. They'll fix it, and we'll get there.
Yeah, especially because there's a lot of stuff that they've confirmed is intended that doesn't feel like it. Like Beatrix, for example, like it doesn't say start of game on that card, but if you play Dream Warden, the dragon that draws a card that wasn't, didn't start in your deck, that will draw one of the 2 drops from Beatrix, and that's not super clear that that's supposed to be that way. And I think they've confirmed that is intended.
I think it's kind of fun. Hearthstone has a lot of things that you're not sure what's going to happen sometimes, like the order of operations of, will this resolve if I do this, will it not resolve? But actually, like, I enjoy that because I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey chat, like what's going to happen, like for science, you're always kind of figuring things out on the fly. I think it's kind of fun sometimes.
Oh, I love it when I'm like what the hell? So I was playing Beatrix the other day, and my bruisers, I attacked into 2 different things and I didn't generate anything. I was like, wait, what happened? Like, there's a bug, something's broken. And they're like, no, you had the dragon that shuffled 2 dragons into your deck, so you no longer have all non-neutrals, so that's not going to work. And I was like, I was like, oh, okay, like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, but I was legitimate, like, what the heck is happening? Where are my generated cards? I was so mad.
I wouldn't have known. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, whatever you don't know, chat will know. Chat always knows because they're ready to tell you when you're wrong. They're always ready to tell you when you're wrong.
100% correct. They sure are. Sure
are. So yeah, Masters Tour this weekend. So make sure you guys are watching. Even if you're not there, just pull it up. It helps. But Pilot, we ready to get to know our guest today?
Yeah.
So Cantaloupe, who are you and where are you from?
I am Cantaloupe. I guess it's who I am. I'm from San Diego, California. And born and raised here, still here.
And how did you start playing Hearthstone, and what led you to become a streamer?
I've always played Blizzard games. I've just been a Blizzard fanboy ever since Warcraft 1, even. And one day I saw Trump SC on YouTube. I'm like, what's this game? I guess maybe it just came out, or maybe it was in beta. I don't know, but I started watching his videos. I actually got a chance to tell him this, that he was the reason I started playing Hearthstone when I met him at TwitchCon. But yeah, it was from Trump's videos. And he's still an awesome Hearthstone creator sometimes when he plays it. And yeah, it's because of him.
Okay, but you did figure out that Defile is actually a good card, right?
Did he not think Defile's good?
No, the whole thing was he rated Defile as a 1-star when he did the review of the set.
Oh, did he?
So it's kind of a long time joke.
I missed that card. That card was awesome.
That card was
Defile
awesome.
math. There's nothing more complicated in the world than Defile math, man.
Okay, so that's how you got to Hearthstone. How did you decide to start streaming?
Oh, well, I'll tell you. So I used to work in a music studio up until COVID time, and I would stream at night after I'd be done with work, just because I always figure if I'm playing a game a lot, I might as well stream it, or I kind of feel like I'm wasting time sometimes playing video games if I'm not also making content out of it. So I was playing a ton of Hearthstone, so I figured, hey, I might as well just turn on the camera and etc. And I just learned how to stream from scratch and just started doing it. And then when COVID hit, my job just went kaput, and I started streaming a lot more, and it kind of just grew from there. But yeah, just playing a lot of Hearthstone, and I figured might as well do something with it, you know.
So you just said something interesting. You worked at a music studio. What did you do at a music studio?
Just sound engineering and producing bands. But at the end, I worked for a show called Wipeout, which was on ABC. It's like a game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, and then the ranch burnt down, and my boss retired, and COVID just changed a lot of course of stuff. So just started streaming more, and it was, you know, started doing well, and I'm still enjoying it.
So for those that don't know you, what's your elevator pitch for your stream? Like, why should people come watch you?
My elevator pitch is reasonably good gameplay sometimes really good gameplay, usually decent gameplay, but entertainment. Like, I have fun. I try to make it kind of like a hangout room for everyone. It's a lot of music involved. It's just kind of like I try to have fun and foster a fun environment for everyone while I'm playing. So it's not just about gameplay, it's about enjoying the game and enjoying the space. So that's my pitch.
All right, fair enough. And where did the name Cantaloupe come from?
Well, first off, I didn't know much about streaming, and I didn't really think my stream would do well. So I'd always name my characters like after fruits and vegetables. So I just didn't care. I'd be like, like tomato or onion. I don't care. And I like literally had some cantaloupe, and I'm like, a cantaloupe. And I misspelled it by accident. I didn't actually misspell my name on purpose. I literally just didn't know how to spell cantaloupe. And so I misspelled it, and then it just stuck. So yeah, I have a misspelled cantaloupe by accident, and that's just my name now.
So yours is a veggie tale.
It's a veggie
All
tale,
right.
yeah.
So do you make any other content outside of streaming on Twitch?
At the moment, no, I don't. But I would definitely like to get back into the music realm on Twitch or otherwise soon, for sure. That's kind of where my passion is music. So
Well, speaking of, you did have some success with some early auto tuning things or
I
something?
did. Gosh, it must have been like 2010, and I made an auto tune that it ended up getting like 75 million views on YouTube, and that's how I got all my work with the TV stuff, because Wipeout asked me to make one for them, and then I went in to the studio, and they liked what me and my partner, I worked with another person, what we did, and then we started doing sound stuff for them. So yeah, it was cool. I honestly probably wouldn't have streamed if I didn't make that, because I learned a lot about internet, and that it's possible to do things on the internet and be semi-successful with them if you put the right work and understand what's going on. So kind of opened that door for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's great to get on the internet where everybody can tell you you're wrong. It's fantastic.
Yeah, pretty much. You're not wrong.
So do you make, aside from that, do you make any other content outside of Twitch right now?
I used to post little fun music. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll just listen to a song, and I'll play all the instruments and do all the vocals, and I'll make like a 8-window thing of me doing all the parts. I was doing that like a couple years ago on Instagram just for fun, but that's just like for fun content. I don't really do it for anything other than I just love music and I love posting it. So
Oh, I actually love those. I love when you have like the acapella people that are doing like, like the Zelda stuff, like when they got the different windows and it's all them doing different sounds. Those are great.
That's what it is. Yeah. And that's what it is.
Oh, those are fantastic. I didn't know you did those. I got to go find some of those.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. My Instagram is my music Instagram, so I just post them there.
All right, fair enough. So, do you have any stories or moments from your stream that have been your favorite or been pretty memorable?
Yeah, honestly, my most memorable moment was the first time I got rank 1 on stream, and everyone was just freaking out. I was really hungover. I remember I went out with my friends the night before, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna play so bad tonight. But like sometimes I don't know, I was just loose and I didn't care, and I got rank 1, and everyone was freaking out and donating bits, and it was just a really fun, exciting moment that I definitely super memorable for me.
All right, so let's dive into this. When was it? What were you playing? And who did you beat to get to number 1?
God, what was it? The first time I ever got it, I actually beat Asmodite TV for it. He's beaten me a million times, like also. So I'm not trying to say I like flex, but he's my buddy, so I'm gonna flex on him a little bit. But I was playing Miracle Rogue, and he just had a really bad hand. Like he couldn't play anything, so I just got like a free win. And then the next time, the time that was most memorable, I was playing Spell Hunter with Zul Jin. I don't know if you guys remember that. It would recast all the spells. And that time was really, I actually discovered remember the fledgling, the 3/3 like pterodactyl that would adapt after you would attack?
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit Wind Fury, if you hit Wind Fury, you just like won the game. I got one with charge somehow. Like I combined 2 beasts, and I didn't see it had charge, and my whole chat was like lethal. And I didn't see it, but then I saw them typing it, and I pretended like I'm like, yeah, I got this. Of course I see it. And I won because of chat, and I got rank 1, and that's when everyone freaked out. But I did not see the play. I totally BS'd it and said that I did, but I didn't. So thanks, chat. Appreciate it. But yeah, that was really fun moment.
Those moments are pretty fun. Like in theory crafting, I'm not good enough to face Pizza on ladder very often. I think I've seen him once on ladder, but I see him in theory crafting every time, and every single time I have him beat, and then he pulls off some random BS that just destroys me. And this most recent one, I finally beat him, and I'm like, it was such a moment for me, and he probably didn't even notice because
he's a really good player. Yeah, he's a really good player.
Yeah, it was like I was like, I finally beat him, and it didn't matter. So you already mentioned Trump SC, but do you have any content creators besides him that have really inspired you or kind of motivated you?
Yeah, absolutely, a ton. I honestly, like, this is gonna sound like a cheesy answer, but all the content creators, all my peers, I watch and I enjoy learning and trying to get better from them. But let's see if there's someone like really that inspired me. I really like a guy named Maximilian Dude. He's like a fighting game streamer, but I just love his energy and he's so positive. Something I like try to get better at is to not complain about Hearthstone as much, because it can be frustrating sometimes, even though it's a great game. But just Tice, he's so positive, always just keeps it rolling no matter what. Just people that have been doing it for a long time, just that still have the energy for it. It inspires me for sure.
My favorite moment from Tice was when he was playing the Weasel decks. You remember the Weasel that used to shuffle the Weasel into the other person's decks, and he would just get so excited. He's Weasel.
Yeah, he's so fired up. He loves it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually just got a Weasel the other day somehow. I don't remember how I got it, but I generated one in standard and shuffled it in and felt pretty cool about it.
I saw one this morning off a flashback or yesterday.
I was gonna say
maybe it was
flashback, right?
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah. That's funny.
So if you weren't streaming Hearthstone though, what would you be streaming? Would you still be streaming? What
I music, live music stuff. I'd have to figure out the format for it, but definitely, or like just chat, just stuff. I like playing video games, so I'm streaming because it's like relaxing and it kind of gives you baseline content that you can build off of. And starting something that is just you is a lot more difficult, I would say. So I would have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I think just music streaming. Maybe like breaking down songs, all the parts, and trying to recreate those videos I make, but do it live or something.
So what do you play? What instruments do you play? You sing? What do you do?
Bass guitar is my main instrument, and then I sing, and then I can play like not very well, but I can play piano and guitar like and well enough to like record something, but I'm not live. I wouldn't be good enough to play it, and then some percussion.
You say that, but live is when you can kind of get away with like not being good because it's just everything.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't want to let my band down, and I feel like if I played those, I would be letting other people down because I wouldn't be as on it. You know what I mean? Pilot would fire me from the band for sure. He'd be like, "Nah."
I was gonna say the only person here that would judge you would be Pilot.
Yeah.
So back to Hearthstone. What is your favorite class, and why is that your favorite class?
I think my favorite class is DK, is Death Knight. And I think it's my favorite just because I like Death Knight and WoW. I always just love the theme, and I love the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Like I had a Death Knight character that I every now and then when I come back to retail WoW for a week, I play. You know what I mean? So it's my favorite class.
So, what are your favorite decks? And they don't have to be DK, but what are your favorite decks so far?
Yeah, unfortunately, DK isn't. I like the Herald DK, but I just don't think like it's just not very good. I like it a lot though. But
don't you hush your mouth. I played it to like a 54% win rate the last like 2
that's
months.
good. It's
so
fun.
Don't say it's not good.
Well, I would like if it gets some more tools, I'll definitely play. I really do enjoy it. The problem with that deck is the Heralds. The first 2 Heralds are good, but then the Herald 3 to 4 to get your Onyxia juice does too much damage to you. Then you just kind of kill yourself.
Yeah.
So that's like if those were a little bit less punishing, it'd be a really good deck, I think.
No, the problem is Toru. You always get Toru, and you're like, I can't play this right now.
Wait, what's Taru? What is that?
That's the one that puts all your minions in your hand. The jar, the jars.
Oh yeah. That card.
I feel like I have these other cards. I'm like, I can't play this Toru now, and I need the help. What am I supposed to do? Ugh.
Yeah, Taru.
But so not just now, not just like now, but all time. Like what is your favorite deck? Like what is the deck that you played a million games with and you just couldn't quit?
There's two I remember. I really liked Cube Hunter with I think her name was Katharina. She summoned a beast, and then when her death rattle was to summon another beast from your deck, and then you could cube her and just the cube arrow is really fun for me. And then I also really liked Highlander Galakron Rogue. I played that a lot with High Sparrow and Togwoggle before it got nerfed. And when Dragon Queen could make more Dragon Queens before they changed that a card could produce itself. So you could just chain like 3 or 4 of them sometimes. It was really fun.
Well, she was the card that made the rule, right? She was the card that they made.
Yeah.
It was either that or it was that renew priest spell that would keep getting renews over and over.
Yeah, both of those kind of caused that change.
Yeah, I think it was a good change overall, but
I don't
definitely
disagree.
Had some fun. Yeah. Those are the 2 decks that stand out to me for sure.
All right. So if Team 5 could grant you one Hearthstone wish, what would that wish be?
Let me think about that. If they could grant me one wish.
A Hearthstone wish.
Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's to start bringing boards back every expansion. I miss the free boards. I really like those. That would be my wish.
Yeah. Okay, but they gave us pets that we all get, and we have millions of options, and it's super fun, and it doesn't cost $158 per pet. It's come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, yeah, I would love to have the boards back. I love art, and I like the variety of how it feels. So that'd be really cool to get those back. For sure.
So final question here. What is something surprising that people might find interesting about you? It doesn't have to be anything personal or not personal, whatever you feel like. But what is something unique about you that people might not expect?
I was a good athlete. I was a good sports person when I was younger. I like competing because of sports, and that's kind of carried over for video games for me. Like I just enjoy competition because of that. So just like I ran track in college. I was always really I did sprints though. I wasn't good at running like you. I was a sprinter.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that I still love athletics, and that was always a big part of my life, I think.
I don't know if that's surprising though, because the good-looking athletic dude was good at sports. I don't think that really is.
Dude, you're the 5-minute mile guy, man. That's so impressive. Like it's really fast.
No. 35 years ago, I was the 5-minute mile guy. That was a long time ago.
Either way, it's still impressive to me.
35, yeah, that makes sense. All right, Pilot. What's our main topic tonight?
Yeah, so we're just going to talk about what decks are out there kind of this first week and how the meta is starting to shape up. General, early expansion, disclaimer that the meta is still evolving a little bit, and we'll probably, have a shakeup whenever we get that first balance patch. But, it still feels like there's there's definitely a few decks that have taken over popularity wise, but it still feels like there's been some room for experimentation. But yeah, we'll just kind of go class by class and talk about kind of what's out there. Uh, Death Knight has been one that's been kind of lacking a little bit. The Unholy and Aggro Death Knight have started to find a place with a few different builds that I've seen. I think it's still trying to figure out what exactly to do. It seems like the triple Unholy is working better than double Unholy one blood with the rule breaker, unfortunately. Um, but triple unholy has been starting to find a spot in the meta, just not super popular. And I've seen some egg Death Knight popping up
I've seen some of
with
that too.
especially with Sawbones being able to kind of turbo, not turbo that kind of like warrior, but almost treat it more like a quicker combo of, okay, I'm not doing much, and then bang, I progressed, three eggs, and now next time this one dies, you have to deal with a 2020. It just doesn't have the same other tools as what Warrior has, it feels, to consistently do it. Considering I had a game earlier, I played against an egg Death Knight, and I think did I tank the first Kalos hit? I got a taunt. I think I taunted the first one and I killed it the next turn, and then they died. So
they don't run Umbra, right?
Playing.
So they only get one. They only get one big guy.
I don't
think.
know. I have not played it. I grabbed the list because No Hands had tossed it in his video as a, hey, this is a thing. His list had Umbra, but again, it's kind of, I feel like Death Knight is a little bit trickier because you kind of want to Chillfall Baron to draw and turbo, and then that messes up your Umbra.
Yeah. It looks like I'm seeing one here in top 1K that does run Umbra. But I feel like that.
I think if you run Umbra and you get a couple eggs and you get a couple drawn cards, it's still good value.
It looks like the only other death rattles it runs are the Chillfall Baron, so you're guaranteed to hit like 3 of the eggs, I guess. Which sounds okay, but I guess.
Egg 2020 no longer needs taunt, right? Like they put that out there to kind of get people to play egg. We can get rid of the taunt, right?
I really hope they do. The egg drives me nuts, man. The egg tilts me hard. So
I have a feeling that Kalos is going to lose taunt before it rotates. That's just my gut feeling, especially when we get to Warrior. Egg Warriors doing quite well as well.
Yeah, I've seen enough egg. I'm ready to move on from the egg.
Like egg, a 2020 is still good, but like we don't need to have 2020 taunt into another 2020 taunt into like just get rid of the taunt, and I think it's fine. I get why they did it initially, but we don't need it anymore.
If Umbra wasn't in the game, it'd be fine. But the fact that you can resummon them so many times, it makes it kind of redundant. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So
I'm surprised. Okay, so thinking about it, I'm surprised there's no one figured out like an egg DH, because you have all those like resummon, Death Knight, Death Rattles that cost 3 or less or whatever. Like, I'm surprised we haven't figured out a Death Rattle Demon Hunter egg list yet.
Doesn't really have a way to pop the eggs though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have a way to kill them.
All the other classes have a way to kill off the eggs, because it turns out a 0/3 that has to die 5 times is really bad if you don't have a way to kill it yourself.
Yeah, you get it from Dark Gift sometimes, and you try, and it just sits there the whole game. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, every time you see the egg pop up in Dark Gift, you're like, do I
always, when I play against egg decks, I always pick the egg just because I'm like, I got one too, but then it just doesn't do anything. I don't know. I always feel compelled to pick it.
The only card I always feel compelled to pick is Cho. I generate a Cho. It doesn't matter how the game's going. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I pick Cho. I play it. I say, let's go.
I've never gotten one before. I've never generated a Cho.
Really?
Not one time. I guess I don't play Warlock enough.
No. The Lore Walker Cho. The one.
Oh, Lore Walker. Yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking about Cho Gall.
No. Lore Walker Cho.
That's where I went first as well. I had to think about it.
Lore Walker. That's the one that gives the spell bouncer.
Yes.
Yeah, Spellbind.
Yeah. Oh, you have to pick Lorok or Cho.
It doesn't matter. Whenever you play it, you got to play that.
You got to
and
pick it.
figure-
Yeah, I'm
and
with
figure it
that.
out.
I'm with that. You got to do it.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
DK is my favorite.
Yeah. Either of you seen
I'm
much of anything else in Death Knight?
I've seen a little bit of blood, but not much. For the most part, it's been pretty much the unholy stuff, and I've played the unholy stuff, and it's been a lot. It's been pretty fun.
I don't think it's that bad. I'm looking at the stats on Guru, and I got ranked like 40 the first week with one, and this is one card off the one I did it with, and it's 51.9% win rate, which is pretty low. But like, I feel like it's better than that.
It's not good with. It's not good against Shaman. It sucks against Shaman, but it's good against the Rogue. So
yeah, Shaman also it got more refined after like they started running Ascendants, and it made it way better in my opinion. So Shaman's leaps and bounds statistically better than the rest of stuff right now.
Yeah,
play rate and win rate. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the triple unholy it seems to be doing really well stats wise. It's just not super popular. I think it still has some room for refinement. It's got a couple 1-ups in there. I feel like I get Maiev in that deck, but I also could see that being bait.
Well, Maev's really good. You play Maiev into Coin Tower of Ghouls. That's a whole lot of value. But there's only like 5 new cards in the deck, right? You drop.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just kind of like an old. The Tower of Ghouls is the nuts though. That card's really good.
So is the Ghoul Cannon, right? The weapon.
Yeah, the really good.
Okay, the one thing about the Tower of Ghouls, though, guys, listen to me. If you're playing Triple Unholy, if you're playing this deck, run Tower of Ghouls into something before you play Grave Strength if you have the space. Otherwise, you're throwing away damage.
Yeah, or before you do Talangis. It's really good with that card too.
Oh, yes. Talangis is so good. Talangis into that deck is so good. I really love the deck. Pilot, how about your Unholy though? Have you played? I mean, excuse me, the Rainbow. Have you played any of the Rainbow?
I tried, but by the time that I was in a spot where I could like sit down and really think about it, everything was too refined. And I was just getting beat up and not standing a chance really. Like I didn't have enough of a close enough start to feel like I could, figure something out from it. I did see that like day one, someone, I think it was a Christian HS, had posted a YouTube video that was the first game was my exact theory crafting list, including Victor Nefarious, whatever it is. If you're holding a dragon, craft an undead dragon.
Card's cool. I like that card.
Seemed to do something early on. I just never quite got to it. It felt like it lost both ends of the speed game to where it was too slow to get going against aggro decks, and then just got run over by Shaman and Rogue late game. So
HS Replay asked me to give them a few decks, and one of the decks I gave them after Theory Crafting was your Unholy DK.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was, and it worked in Theory Crafting, so it just didn't translate over at all.
Almost everything works with Theory Crafting. That's the problem.
Yeah, Theory Crafting's fun because everyone's enjoy like playing. Sometimes it's like the most fun I'll have all expansions because it's so like so much interesting stuff happening.
Yeah, like Fireball Paladin works.
Yeah,
it does work any other time.
Yeah, so we'll see. There's still a little bit of Herald Death Knight kind of floating out there, just not doing very well yet. I think it kind of runs into the same problem that some of the other control decks are, to where it just doesn't have the answers for both Shaman and Rogue, and when that's 40% of the field, then that's a problem.
John Bray posted one that he did pretty good with. It looked kind of cool, but
yeah, but that's John Bray. John Bray's.
He does.
John Bray said like this. John Bray posted decks. He's like, "Hey, I played 20 games with this. I was 78%, and then everyone else is like 35%. It's like, what the hell?"
Yeah, he just has the touch. I watch it. I watch his stream, and he just wins with them. He just does it. He just figures it out. Yeah. But yeah, I wish Herald DK was a little better, but I think that DK is getting the mini set is still class sets. I think DK is gonna be one of the classes, right? potentially.
It's not confirmed when,
It's not
but I think
confirmed.
it was confirmed that they were going to be the class getting the second class set.
Cool.
That
So
is
yeah,
a
it might help them.
lie. They told us that. That is a lie. We're getting Monk. They're going to replace one of the DKs with Monk.
I'll take Monk. Can we delete Priest and put Monk in instead? That'd be cool.
They're not deleting Monk. That Monk's going to be the 12th class. That's going to come at BlizzCon. I have no official knowledge of this. No one's told me this. I just know it in my heart. In my heart of heart, we're getting Monk. There's too much going on. By the way, they posted a rec for the game director of Blizzard. So if you'd like to be the game director,
Oh,
go
really?
search that out. Yeah.
Get the.
So
Oh, interesting.
so Cantaloupe
Yeah,
possibly
I
game
forgot to
future
say
game
something
director.
about that. I thought
Man.
about saying something about it in the news, and I totally forgot. Yeah, there was a posting for game director, but then like in the description it said working with the current one, so I didn't quite understand what was going on with the
Interesting.
reshifting there.
Wouldn't that be like an associate game director? Is that what they?
Something like that, or promoting up to executive for the.
All I know is you have to be fun, focused, and fearless.
And fearless.
Yeah.
That's right. Fun, focused, fearless.
So,
God,
anyways,
that meme is so funny. I love when
Oh
people post that. Cracks me up.
So,
that's the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, a class that doesn't have a lot of fun, focused, or fearless going on right now. Demon Hunter's struggling. The Void Souls have not worked out. I keep seeing a couple people post like small sample lists, like, "Hey, this is working," and then you see the aggregate sites with it up there, and it's like 35%.
Yeah.
So
this
Demon
shocked
Hunter's
me.
Struggling.
This really shocked me because I think we all thought coming out of theory crafting that Void Souls were going to be at least pretty good. It felt like it was like a, I guess, companion hunter adjacent or something. It felt like it was going to be pretty solid, but it just hasn't found the right list yet.
It felt good to me in theory crafting also. I was one of my better decks in theory crafting, so I was a little surprised too to see all the stats. I wonder why. I wonder what it is about it. Maybe just the other decks are too strong. Like Spell Shaman just blows it out, probably, right?
Yeah, and it just feels a little bit slow to get going. Like you have the spell, I think is fine. The 2 mana, deal 3 if it kills a minion. Get the Void Soul. I think that's fine, but it's just playing a 3/4 taunt death rattle to get a Void Soul on 3, and then the weapon costing 4. I think if the weapon was 3 or had more attack, so you could actually trade off with it easier, might swing it a little bit. But it's not in a spot where it's doing very well, which was very surprising to me as well.
Those kind of decks are interesting because sometimes one little change, one mana change, can make such a big difference. Like, you guys remember Libram Paladin when they changed the Libram reduction minion from 2 mana to 1 mana, and then all of a sudden that deck was really, really good because the curve started working better. Sometimes it's just like one little thing, so you can curve into the power that makes a huge difference. So you never know. It could be like one change away. It could not be, but
sometimes they take like a mage spell and they make it cost 2 less, and it reduces the cost of everything in your deck.
Yeah. What did they change in Animal Companion that made it good? They made the taunt card, the Elic, cost 1 less, right? And they made that deck way better.
3 to 2. They also fixed the bug with the 10 costs.
Yeah, that bug was annoying. I forgot about that. I lost a couple games to that bug for sure.
That was a major buff for that deck.
Turns out
not having one of your options be a card back was a good option.
Yeah, that was crazy. I totally forgot about that.
No, and plus at 3 mana, the pool, you had a lot of options at 3 mana. So not only did that help bring it to 2 to get that going earlier, but like it just sometimes you have too many cards at 1 mana point that makes it hard to decide what you're going to play.
Yeah,
and what you're not gonna play.
Exactly. Like you have the sisters, the Fabled Sisters, and you want to play those on 3. So yeah, the 3 was too clogged, and putting it to 2 made a huge difference. So
yeah,
good point.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with DH, even others like aggro DH and stuff like that just have not taken off at all. There's just not quite the tools there. DH also ate a ton of nerfs last set because it was just so strong compared to everything else. I feel like if you unnerf the spell DH right now, it'd probably be like a fine deck in this meta.
Yeah. The hold was really good.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would do that too. Is like a lot of times we get these nerfs, and then like they're nerfed because they were good at one time. Like if a deck is bad, just unnerf the nerfs. Like see what happens. If you have to re-nerf them, fine. Who cares? Like just go ahead. It's a digital card game. Take chances. Like hey, this deck was fun. It was too good. Now it's not too good. Let's see how it goes.
I would like to see them take more chances too. I think that's a good call. Yeah. Like if things don't land, just revert.
I can see that.
You know? Yeah,
I could totally.
I just like when things change, just because I stream so much. So it's like when expansions happen, I like when there's new decks that are good, and I just think that I like the shakeup of that. You know.
Well, that was a problem with Cataclysm. Is like Cataclysm came out. We were coming off like 2 or 3 really bad sets. It was really good. They nerfed Imbue Druid, and then everything else was kind of balanced, so they didn't really have to make too many adjustments. And then if they didn't have to make too many adjustments, yeah, the meta was balanced and okay, but like it didn't introduce any change. Like sometimes you have to unbalance things to make things interesting, or you have to make change.
Yeah,
and
change
it was
is good,
it was great. It was balanced, but I think that when you are playing decks and you are winning 50% of your games, no matter what you're playing, no one cares. So I want to see them, even if the meta is good, make changes. And if it screws up the meta, make more changes.
I agree.
Anyway, so Pilot, how's Druid looking?
Druid is doing all right. Kind of sitting middle of the pack, very 50-50 with Chef Druid, which is the, if everything is 3 or less in your deck, you go after at the end of turn 5, set yourself to 10 mana. That deck is doing okay. It looks like it's at like 50% as an archetype, 51%. Doing all right. It just seems to be very swingy of what you get off of the Ajara's Triumph. It turns out large Ultra Gigasaurs are very, very good in that deck. I might have played a couple of those on turn 6
really
and won the
big,
game.
Yeah.
I had a screenshot that I forgot to send to you, Tito, of I was going to caption it Jurassic Park because I had a double Ultra Gigasaur against their Kalos, I think, on turn 6. I think I still lost that game. I think they cleared my Ultra Gigasaur after 2. I think they had Umbra right after the Kalos, so it was sad. But that deck is doing okay if you can get the stuff to work with that. A lot of different versions. Some going super greedy, trying to be hyper focused on make the stuff and draw it to play on turn 6. Others that are playing a little bit more of the aggro curve. There's been some experiments with Marithra. Still kind of just running a few of the new cards. I know I was playing one that someone had titled as Location because it was using Welcome Home to reopen Zermat's prison as well as Amir Drasil. It was fun when it worked. It just didn't work as often as I wanted it to. But Marithra Druid is hanging around. Attack Druid is sitting at like 48.5%. So there might be some room for refinement there. I could see that having issues with Shaman just going wide too quick for it. And when you're relying on swinging with your face and they're also swinging at your face, then you just explode.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. Oh, go ahead, Cantaloupe.
Well, I was going to say Shaman is so good that it's probably skewing a lot of these decks to look really bad just because it's so much better. But like, so if they balance that down, these decks might be okay, I think.
Yeah, I think that there's some room for experimentation and refinement with the Attack Druid, just because like looking at the one list that has enough stats on HS Guru for the filters, like it's running all the way up to like Marithra and everything. It has a War Master Blackthorn in it for some reason.
Oh, that's pretty random.
It's got some interesting choices. I feel like we could definitely lower the curve and go more aggro with attack and treat it more like you know, a death or a demon hunter deck of old, and just, hey, I have minions that hit you, and I'm going to hit you.
I don't think the disagree with you a little bit. I don't think it's what you generate of Ajar's Triumph that makes a difference, because as long as you generate things, it's fine. It's getting to Ajar's Triumph. If you get to turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, and you haven't drawn Ajar's Triumph yet, you're just not.
Mm-hmm.
It's too reliant on the one card. Whatever you generate, it doesn't matter. It's like these things are huge. Usually you can get away with it, but it's more along the lines of just getting to the card. And it's one card, one trick pony.
I would actually play it on like turn 1 sometimes, just so I can start drawing them.
Yep.
Like I'll just get it. I'll just get them in there.
I try not to. Usually, depending on what my deck is, because like I've played a lot of Ajar's Triumph Druid long before we had Chef, long before it was good. I tried to make a chrono. I was playing a Chrono Druid that was doing okay, but the point is, like, you have too many. If you can get the options of getting the cards that will help keep you in the game before you get to the Ajar's Triumph, like I try to hold off on that till I get closer to 5 or 6, because then I can play the Triumph, and then I can play the, draw the cards and get the 5 armor or whatever the heck it is. But like usually if you play it too early, you can draw them, and you're like then you have dead draws. So I try to hold off on that. But
I would only do it if I like had a mana to float or something.
Yeah.
Like if it floated into my hand, I would just play it. But I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, playing that, the best way, because I was also playing a couple other cards to where you had other stuff to do, because like Moss Binding is still insane in that deck. The Kaldori Cultivator, the one that you discover 2 beasts, put them on the bottom of your deck with +5/+5. That does just fine in that deck. So you've got more options for things to do. And then typically, if I had the Ajaras early, then I was trying to draw like turn 4, turn 5 is where I was just like, okay, if I have time, which a lot of time I was able to set up to do it because I was able to control with like Spiderling and Widow's Bite and all those cards. And then on turn 4 and 5, right before you Mana Spike, that's when you try to draw a bunch. That way, when you draw those expensive minions, you have them in hand and you don't have to try to draw them once you're at 10, and then you can't play them that turn.
What I love about the deck is there are so many bait cards in the deck. Like you have that one that plays a all the cards that say if you have 10 mana, do this. And it's like instead of a 2 mana minion with taunt, it does a 6 mana minion with taunt. Instead of drawing minions, to give you +3/+3 on all minions. And I think those cards are such bait because people are going to hold off on them until they get to the 6 man to this turn 6 where they get that. But you play those when you have them, and you get those cards out of your deck, and you get cards you can play now, and you get to use them, and that keeps you in the game. And if you happen to draw them later, then yes, they have a little more value. But everything, like every time I've had them, it's like, no, you play them now, otherwise you're just kind of screwing yourselves. I love cards like that because it just kind of really challenges you to like be a better player. I think
it gives you good optionality. You know, you can sometimes you save it, sometimes you don't, but you get to make that decision. And I think making that choice is really fun, And the 2-drop taunts are pretty good. Like there's Dirty Rat, and then there's the injured guy. Like there's some legit good 2-drops you can get from that. So
yeah,
but I think anytime
both ends of that card are really good. Like the 2-drop taunts and the 6-drop taunts all have really solid options right now,
really
to where
really
you're totally fine playing either part of that.
No, agreed. But I think that people read the card and they say, "Oh, I have to wait until I get to point X where I have the secondary condition," and it's like it's a trap. No, play it when you have it. Sometimes, like it's that card. What is it? I forget the name of the card, but the one that summons the 3 mana taunt or whatever the heck it is. It is such a good tempo card that'll help keep you in the game until you can get to that turn 6 that people hold on to it. It's like, what are you doing?
So is Moss Binding. I think people wait till they can get like the giant Moss Binding minions, but I'll just play it on like turn 3 or 4 sometimes just to fight for board.
Oh, I'll coin innervate, play that shit, get that out there. Crap, I know I have to edit. But I will
what?
play that. I will play that as soon as I can, and like I will coin it out in order to just get that, get that value. Because like all of a sudden I have a 2 5 6s. Deal with that, and then yeah, okay, they deal with that. Now I just followed up with something else. That's such a good card. I love that card.
I like that card too. It's a fun card.
Mm-hmm.
That deck in general has a, like, I'm looking right now. The one I posted has, I feel like I debated everyone. It has a 45%, 45.2% win rate. I swear it's better than that though. Like I feel like it does good against Shaman. I mean, I got to rank 8 with it, but at the same time, like Shaman hadn't been perfected yet, like it is now, because it was like a week ago. And when they put Ascendance in, that really changed it, the matchup, because now they can stick a board and you're like, oh, okay, I'm a little behind. But I swear it's better than 45%. Like there's some tricky turns, but it's a good deck.
All you have to do is post your results. Like it doesn't matter if like it's 45% on HS replay. If you had a 62%, then you say, hey, you guys suck. I'm good. What can I do? I can't give you the skill I have. I can only help you with the decks that I play.
There's definitely some like funky choices that you have to make to win some of those games that I think that like might not be on the nose for certain players. Like you said, I have to hold this, or this isn't the right. You have to discover and pick a lot of the right cards from the. What's the 2-mana card that gives you a nature spell that costs 2 less?
Horn of Plenty.
Horn of Plenty decides so many games. Like, what do you pick from that? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of decision making in that deck.
The Shatter card is very good off of that. My other two options weren't good, but that was very good. I did a turn 6 Moss Binding to combine that, so it was free.
That is nice. So is 6-mana Shala. That's pretty nice too. That wins a lot of games because you go to 10 and all of a sudden you can just blast the Shala out and do whatever you want with it, you know?
Yes.
That's a really good card, the Horn.
Yeah, Horn of Plenty is really solid.
Really
good.
So
yeah, so I think Druid will definitely find more space once some other things get toned down, because then it'll also be able to figure out like what other half of the deck to play for the Chef Druid. Because right now there's just a ton of variants in the like those 10 to 14 cards of do we want Spirit Riders to draw since we're running the attack cards anyways? Do we want aggressive minions to fight for early board? There's a lot of variants in that I think we'll be able to settle in later on.
In theory crafting, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna put the Staff of Trickery in. It's gonna be the perfect card, and everyone's like, that costs 4. You can't. I'm like, oh man, I feel like if you could put that card in, it'd be so cool, but it just doesn't fit in the. That card's really cool. The Staff of Trickery, I really like that card.
That card's also really good off of the Warrior Rewind Dragon. I got hit by that today. It was less fun on the receiving end.
I haven't been hit with that yet.
It is day 6 of the expansion. I have yet to see one Staff of Trickery.
I haven't seen it either. I didn't even consider that the Warrior could get it. That's legit.
Yeah. Each person equips a random weapon and yours gets +1/+1. Yeah, it was a
that's nasty.
2/5.
That is nasty.
So, kind of moving ahead, Hunter is not doing a ton of new in name stuff, but the Face Hunter is definitely very revamped from what it was. So Face Hunter is doing quite well. It's sitting right now like past 3 days as the 3rd best archetype on HS Guru Diamond through Legend, running the tripwires. And then there's been some experiments with, do we stay low to the ground to where like Beast Tripwire is the highest cost and staying low to the ground. There's been some decks running King of the Underbelly to do some larger beast shenanigans at the top end of the curve, including
that one looks cool. I've seen that one a couple times.
Yes. So the ones that I've seen are running a handful of different things, but I think the latest consensus is Fell Rattler, which is the Demon Hunter, rush, deal 1 damage as a death rattle, Pterodax, and then Agamagan, because Agamagan will cost 7 once you play it. And then after that, you also run Briarspawn Drake. So you just deal a ton of damage out of nowhere, in case your tripwires weren't enough.
Okay, Tripwire.
Go ahead.
Tripwire needs to be nerfed. Like, I don't know
really
what
good.
it is. It's too good. It's not the fact that it does 5 damage. It's the fact that it shuffles 5. It shuffles 10 more damage and then you copy it, whatever. It's just so much damage out of nowhere. Like I don't want it to be like nerfed like out of circulation, but maybe like take 1 damage off or maybe only shuffle 1 in or something like that. Like something has to change there because it feels so bad when it just happens. And I don't know. Um,
So the thing is with that though, like the games that's happening, that like your shovel on 1, whatever on 2, tripwire and 3, draw the tripwire that you shuffled in. And yeah, that's a lot, but if that's 2 of their turns, then they're not playing much on board. So I feel like in that case, it's you can take board and then you're gonna soak some of those tripwire hits.
then maybe it's the trip. Maybe it's just confront the Tolvir because that is such an enabler for it. But something in that just feels bad because like anytime I face, I know personally, every time I face against it, it just feels like, hey, look, how the heck did they just play 17 tripwires when it's only turn 4? Like I don't understand. But it's fine. Whatever, it'll be good.
Tolvir is still a really good card in that deck too.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just beat you out of nowhere. You know, you feel like you kind of are coming back in the game winning, and then they top deck that and then just blow you out. You know, because it re-equips the weapons and breaks the death rattle too if you played 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start yanking the tripwires out from it as well.
And it trackings in it, whatever. Yeah, it's just so much. Because tracking almost always hits that card. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Especially if Tolvir. Tolvir I'm pretty sure that playing Confront the Tolvir draws cards that didn't start in your deck first, because it always draws that card, and you get 5 more damage to you. I'm not bitter.
Yeah,
I think you might be.
Maybe a little, but that's okay. It's all good.
So, yeah. So Face Hunter's doing really well with a few different builds. And then Quest Hunter has seen a resurgence as well, especially with running King of the Underbelly. Now you get 2 Agamagons if, that is what you are choosing to do, to where you so I was hearing, I forget what the other option is, but I think there are only 2 8 attack beasts in standard right now, so you're guaranteed Agamagan from the quest. So you play the cheap Agamagan from quest into the Agamagan from the underbelly into whatever expensive thing that you feel like, and that's 2 mana for a bunch of damage to your opponent. So quest hunters kind of hanging around. Guard dog has been an upgrade in that deck. Doesn't seem like it's seeing enough play to see data on HS Guru, but I know that there's been some people talking about that deck and playing it. Companion Hunter still hanging around, but not doing very well.
Yeah. Companion Hunter definitely not doing as well as it was.
No.
I'm looking at the matchups here. Interesting.
I used to hate seeing Companion Hunter as Triple Unholy, or not, excuse me, BBU DK with Herald. Like that used to be like a shutdown for me, but for the most part now it doesn't really matter. It's like it's just.
I wonder
slow,
how.
I guess
Also the pool for 7 beasts got bigger, and I feel like a lot of that deck's game plan was hit the Reno, and if you didn't hit the Reno, you lose. But it was pretty easy to hit it because there's only like 4 or 5 7 costs. But I think there's like maybe 7. You're more likely to miss that card now. Right? So that might cause it to. I think a lot of decks, like the pool was so limited in the last expansion that now that there's more cards in the pool, like Spell Demon Hunter, for instance, now you can get not as good as spells. Like you're not nearly guaranteed the best ones like Flash Flood or the Raptors when you need them. And I think that makes those kind of decks a little bit worse too when the pool for Discovers gets bigger.
Yeah, that's always something that happens when you get off to the 5 and the 6 set metas. It's just like there's just more options. Like I was hoping, like I thought Companion Hunter needed more 10s, but we don't even get to 10s. So yeah.
Yeah. Did they not? Did they add any more 10s? I don't even know.
No, I don't think so. I've got it up right now. Yeah, the 7s that they added. There's there's the battle cry beast and warrior that force all enemy minions
Oh
to
yeah.
attack it or whatever it is. The other ones would be decent. The rush, all your minions have poisonous.
Yeah, I'm
Like
sure there's
that'd be a
niche.
solid one to
Yeah.
get, but
So many of those games where you were about to die and then that guy heals you
yeah,
back to full, and then you're like, okay, now I have time to get to 10 because I'm back to 30 health.
yeah, no new 10 cost beast.
Yeah.
So, for mage, mage is also a class that's kind of struggling to find its footing outside of quest mage. Quest mage is still kind of middling around at 50%. Burn mage, I think a lot of us kind of thought that was going to see upgrades with contraband wands and maybe Millhouse to do some other plan B. That way your spells were also making minions to make you not need as much burn. And burn mage is at like 45%.
Oh,
There's
wow.
been a ton of other experimentations with Toki and Mana Storm and making control versions and random nonsense go versions that are between 39 and 43%, it looks like. So there are some of those. I think I did lose to one of those, but mage is struggling.
I lost to a Toki mage on turn 6, where I had a full board of Divine Shield Paladin minions, and they had nothing on board. And I had, I think, 25 health. And I'm like, there's no way. I might have had 20 health, but I was something like that. I'm like, there's no way I lose this game. And they
Oh
played
yeah,
two
that's the burn
prepared.
mage.
Oh my god, I was so mad.
Oh, the
But
prepared spell damage guy.
yeah, the prepared spell damage guy, and they had 2 of them, and then they played the stupid one, the fire that discards a fire, does 10, and they had generated 2 frost fire. I was just so mad. Frost bolts, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that
But
deck
yeah, nope.
is pretty explosive when it is good, but it's usually not. But
Yeah.
And Millhouse isn't good until like if you give them enough time, like if you don't kill them, they'll figure out a way. Like it's one of those decks where it's like you can beat them, but if you let them linger, they'll figure it out,
mm-hmm.
and they'll get enough to work with and they'll beat you in ways that just feel bad because Toki generates the most random stuff.
I've never played
Mhm.
Toki. I always just get her randomly sometimes. So I don't know. I don't like in my head. I can't think of like the spells you would get from her. You probably have to play her to know what you might start seeing.
Anything.
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 Yeah, it's just 3 random spells from the past, any class.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So, yeah, the problem with Millhouse is playing a 5-mana 5/5 right now is not good. Like,
yeah,
there's just not time to play him.
I'm looking at the matchup spreads right now, just for some of the decks, and the Shaman matchup spread is so crazy. It's green like across the board. So I think that I know I've said this already, but I think once things get a little more balanced, some of these decks will start being okay. Because that means they're getting blown out,
Yeah. I was looking at that earlier because I ran into like 3 Shaman high rolls in a row. I'm like, what beats this deck? And then I looked and I saw all green. I'm like, never mind. We'll just take our lumps for now.
Yeah, even like the bad matchups are 49%, which is like not that bad,
Yeah.
I'm planning on bringing even though I probably won't play it at all, I'm planning on bringing Shaman to every THL match I have for the next couple weeks because it's just going to get banned and I can figure out what else to play.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you got to bring it. It's too good. For sure.
Please play it first though, this season.
Yeah. But speaking of Millhouse, like we were talking about this the other day, like when we're moving on to Paladin right now, and Rooney feels the same way. Like I keep generating a 3-mana Rooney, which is the one that sends your Paladin minions to the future, and they come back and they get +2/+2. But even at 3 mana, it feels way too like of a detriment to play because it's like
you have no minions to play.
Yeah, like so what are we looking at Paladin right now, Pilot?
You're the one who's played a bunch of Paladin.
I love Bruiser Paladin. This deck is so much fun. Now, to be fair, I haven't played much Paladin in the last year. I know we've had the meme that Tito's a paladin main, but I haven't played. I didn't play Imbue. I didn't play Aura. I didn't play whatever. I played enough games of it to, play it, but not enough to like really like play it. But pure paladin has been my jam. Like I thought I was just gonna play it for a few games, and I was winning with it. And again, you don't quit a deck when you're winning. You just keep playing it, you keep rolling with it. And I was having so much fun. It is such a it just gives you options. It is just fun to play. And that's what it's about, right? Like if you can win and you're having fun and it's not the same like 7 cards every time. And it's different because I don't even think so. We're running what's the name of the Gevlin? What's his name?
Yeah, Geblin or
Geblin?
Gelbin, whatever it is.
Gelbin, yeah.
We're running Geblin in the deck. I don't know if that's right because yes, you run those extra auras, but it almost never feels like Geblin matters. It always feels like, yeah, maybe I get to play Geblin and maybe it helps or against like a control priest or something in a game that goes long.
He's like
But
a
like
cherry on
back
top.
kind of, but like before it was like, hey, acceleration aura, coin Geblin, get the auras going, get the 3/5s, get the whatever and win. I don't know if it's right. I feel like we're kind of like too used to it, I guess, that being a thing because it just like it almost never comes into the games for me. I'm thinking about trying to. I don't know what I would replace it with, but I think I want to replace it with something because it just doesn't feel like it matters.
It always gets stuck in between your shattered card too, right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
It always blocks your shattered card.
But yeah, that deck is so much fun. Like so, if not every Paladin's not for everybody, I get that. And I know a lot of people like don't like Rogue where you generate a lot of things. This is kind of like I don't know, Holy Rogue or something because you do generate a lot of stuff and you have to figure things out. But I don't know. It just you ever have a deck that just speaks to you? Like this deck has spoken to me. This deck has spoken. This deck has been like, you need to play this. And I want to play other Beatrix decks. I want to put something other than Bruiser into the deck, but it just doesn't feel like what else. Like I know there was some thoughts about what's the
There's some weird ones out there.
Like prize vendor, like maybe like
I've played multiple
like
mill paladins.
That's
like
funny. I didn't even think about that.
A mill paladin. Obviously the fireball paladin was a lot of fun if it's a little too slow, but there's so many too like what about just running a bunch of dirty rats?
The
pull out your
the one that has popped up the past like day or two has been like all 1-drops and then Word of Maiev in Beatrix.
Wait,
that is sick.
I don't understand. Wait, what does it do? Oh, Warden Maiev. I see.
Yeah, the dormant buff. So you have 10. So you have 10 Maiev. So you're going to get her, and then you play all 1-drops.
Well, that's wild.
You play Maiev and Maiev.
So,
yeah, I'm seeing this here. Maxibon played it here.
That sounds about right. So multiple Maievs do not work at the same time, by the way.
No, they don't.
I thought that they did, and they did not. I don't remember how I got 2.
But Maiev, right?
What?
Maiev.
No, if you have 2 active on board.
No, I understand that, but you can Maiev, and then the next
Maiev. But you don't double buff. You only get +3/+3. You don't get +6/+6.
But you kind of always have the buff because one's coming alive at the start of every turn, because they can't deal with it because it's dormant. So yeah, I guess you just keep buffing. But
I forget what I was doing, but I was trying to do some sort of buff shenanigans. I had two Maievs on board. Maybe I had like a dark gift or something to summon a copy, and then it only buffed it once. But yeah, I do think that the other thing with Gelbin is it's in this interesting spot because that the Beatrix decks are 40 card decks. So your draw consistency is outside of the 10 copies of whatever you choose is less. So you're not drawing Gelbin as often, which allows the deck to not be as reliant on it. But also you're much more likely to get auras when you play it now because you're wanting to play the reinforcement auras and you're less likely to draw like both your chronologicals and things like that. So I think in a 40 card deck, I think it is still fine taking out 3 slots. Because I don't think that Paladin has anything better that they want to do in those spots, unless they decide that they need Judgment or something like that.
Yeah, we're not running Judgment. We generate Judgment, and Judgment helps a lot. But I think Judgment is a card that we want in there, and I'm tempted to drop Geblin, put in 2 Judgments, and then maybe like the sort of whatever the hell it's called that gives your Paladin minions +2/+2,
Yeah.
or even the legendary that every time I've generated that stupid legendary that kills everything but your Paladin cards has been awesome at the time I got it, but it's also only 5 mana at the time because you get it off the thing. That card is better than you think it is.
Yeah, Paladin's
In a pure
close. It has a
Paladin.
lot of good cards. I would, and the new what's the guy called? The bully or the 2/2 that lets you cheat 2 mana on a Paladin card? I always forget.
Yeah,
the
the
name of it.
Bruiser.
Yeah, that's just a really good card. Paladin had no mana cheat, and now they do. And mana cheat is good in Hearthstone, you know. So it's definitely, and the 3-drop that makes 3 taunts is just just a really powerful card as well.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
Yeah, just
That
great card no matter what.
And you can generate. You can generate Nozdormu's at 3 mana. You can generate Toreths at 3 mana. It is bonkers the things you can do with the deck. It's not like super. It's not broken. It's not beating like everything all the time. It's generated. It's random, but like it's solid enough where the generation you get is cheap enough and good enough where you can be in most games, even if it's an unfavorable matchup. So, highly recommend. Lots of fun. If you like that kind of thing. How's Priest doing?
Absolutely.
Man, Pure Paladin
Priest
falls off hard at Legend.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just refiltered it at on HS Guru, and it goes from 54% Diamond through Legend to 48% at just Legend.
Yeah.
But again, I think that like you get percentage points for playing the deck and all that. But I agree. It's that's why I switched to Unholy DK.
Unholy, like Paladin's not very flexible.
Yeah,
it's like if you don't draw your curve right, you don't have a lot of plays. And at higher Legend, the flexible decks start doing really good. Like the Spell Shaman is so flexible, the Rogue is so flexible. You know, that's kind of the issue with Paladin. But
Spell Shaman having Reno is pretty much good, right? You have that elemental that does 2 damage to everything with lifesteal.
Oh, that's not even the broken stuff in it.
But
yeah, the battle turn 1 spells are the crazy ones.
The turn 1 Muklas are pretty good.
Yeah, or like turn 1 Morchi. I've seen a couple of those. If you have coin, like use some pretty crazy stuff.
So
like you're able to push more tempo than tempo decks with that deck. Yes. I mean, I guess it is a tempo deck, but
it's a very strong tempo deck.
It's a really good deck, yeah.
So we'll get to Shaman. Priest, I've been playing a bunch of the Soothsayer. Early on, it was running.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I didn't bring it back. I didn't want to forget. Apparently, there's an OTK shaman out there. I mean, excuse me, an OTK Paladin out there. Something to do with the weapon and the egg and prep judgment or something like that. Have you guys seen that?
In theory crafting, somebody board locked me with preparation on their egg, so all my minions had 0 attack and I couldn't do anything. And then they preparation and killed me. So, I mean, there's definitely some like weird things you can do with that, but yeah, you can board lock your opponent with the prep egg or the judgment egg.
So there is a list at 39% that is doing the Hand of Infinity, OTK.
Oh, with the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's not good.
Not good, but that's cool. Cool idea.
I just heard about it. I thought it was worth mentioning. That's all.
It's clip worthy when you get it to work, and that's about it.
I actually think, just in general, if I could say one thing about this expansion, I think it's really creative, and I think that they like whether the win rates are there right now, it's a cool expansion. Like they really took some risks and made some really interesting cards, which I really appreciate. So I just think it's like a really cool, unique expansion. Like they brought. Sometimes they'll just kind of reprint things that have done well in the past, like keywords, but they really took a shot in the dark and made some like brand new cool stuff, which I quite like.
So I think this expansion's been awesome. Like I think that coming off Cataclysm, which was kind of like a sigh of relief that, hey, we actually have a good expansion after Quests and Imbue. coming into this, it was like, okay, how are we going to build off a Cataclysm is going to be good? This expansion to me has felt awesome. And I'm surprised at some reactions because some people that I thought weren't going to like it have been like, this expansion is awesome. And then some other people that I thought were going to really like the expansion have been like, this is okay, I guess. So it's really interesting. But I think overall, it's once we get through some of the early kind of tweaks as far as like shaman and maybe like troublemaker rogue or whatever, that I think we have I think we have a lot of good random, like there's a lot of good new stuff there that people are trying and are interested in. It's not just all the same old decks.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's the thing. Just the new stuff has a chance.
Mhm.
Hopefully more of the new stuff will, after a patch, will be viable. But it's definitely really cool, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of the complaints I have seen are like the two most prominent new decks, with the Mug Shaman and the Rogue there's a lot of generation in them. So the people who don't like that are, not super happy with that. And the other strong decks just got, tools that help push them. Cure Paladin is a new by archetype, but it's still like 25% of the cards that we've already done. Dragon Warrior, Egg Warrior, all that kind of rerunning cards. But with Priest, we've mentioned Soothsayer. Deck is starting to really find a place as it gets refined. Early days it was running Imbue, and that has fallen out, and the deck has gotten better because of it. So it's running, relying on a big tempo swing with prepping Soothsayer and then playing Jailbirds with it, or hold them off, or running Schism to copy, and then doing Umbra things. It can brick. A lot of times I've lost to myself because I just don't draw the right cards. Turns out 2 Schisms and the new 1 mana trigger Death Rattle does not do very well by itself. But the deck has some legs. There's also been some other just general control priests kind of floating about, running higher curves or running more of like the burn. What we kind of did an early Cataclysm of like the burn cards, and running Ruby Sanctum to kind of just end the game from there. So Priest is slowly finding a spot, it feels like. Not Thief Priest, as Luna Priest is not doing much of anything. Granted, it is bugged for a day or two.
It seems like Priest has one of the best matchups for Spell Shaman too, which is a big deal. If you're going to see 50% Spell Shaman, if you play Priest, you're going to, just by the stats, win some games,
Yeah, like the control variant for sure over like the Soothsayer quests. It seems to be doing.
It looks like in High Legend, the Soothsayer Umbra one's the best deck, is the best Priest. Yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I've seen some on ladder that run the that new 6/6. I forget the name of the card. He's like a real buff, like mutated guy in the art. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some of that where they resummon him and then get the 1 mana legendaries, but it seems kind of random, but it's definitely kind of cool.
Yeah, I tried running that. I didn't have much success with it the couple times I got it, just because, but also got some real duds for my legendaries. I forget how I got the card. I don't remember how I generated it.
Legendaries are always good.
Not when they're Toru. Not when they put your other legendaries in jars.
Toru's hurt you, Pilot. Toru's hurt you. Yes. I can feel the pain.
Yes.
I can feel the pain.
I did get a 1 mana Fire Rack. That was much, much better.
That is a little bit better.
So,
and yeah, Toru's always sad when you generate. Every time I go, oh man.
And cheap Clocksworth are pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm. What another card that when I generate it always triggers me is the Alarisha, the Demon Hunter card.
Yeah, I've got that a few times.
That card, I always get that card somehow.
Yeah, that becomes a coin a lot in Vanessa Rogue.
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
So
speaking of Rogue.
Yeah. So Rogue has kind of turned into one of the big bads of the early meta, with the 2-cost, 2-bit troublemaker, whatever name, depending on what site you're looking at, is calling it. We thought that it'd be good, but we were kind of wondering and questioning. It's just like, okay, do you have to have it early? are you doing enough when you play all these 2-drops? Yeah, you're doing enough. Turns out that deck is very, very good. Jade Guardians really being, I think, the card that is hard carrying that deck. Just because cheap 8-drops are generally good.
I'm so bad with that deck. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like not good with it. I've not had success.
Well, that's because you're not a toxic player.
I've drawn wrong with that deck a lot.
Jade Guardian will be one of the first cards nerfed, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, you could kind of go. You could nerf Vanessa. You could nerf Lotus or that. Like I don't think they needs to nerf all of them, but there's definitely like they have like the deck's really power spiky. Like because you have to keep like payoff cards in your opening hand, right? And if you don't get them, then you don't get that payoff kind of.
Oh, I think if they don't nerf Vanessa in some way, people are gonna riot.
Yeah, it's too good. I mean, the cards
they're gonna prison riot.
Yeah. Vanessa's a little too good. I think that if you draw it later in the game, it's not very good. So I think that's pretty clear that like a mana, like it doesn't need a stat change. It needs like an effect change or like a mana change, I think. Which we'll see.
Yeah, I think maybe make the things cost 1 less or something like that.
Yeah, it would work. Yeah, something like that. Like it's close. It's close to being balanced is my point. I don't think it's that far off.
Yeah.
It just probably comes down like a little bit. It does a little too much when it comes down,
And Troublemaker feels bad, but you have to have it in your hand for it to get things. So it feels bad when you lose, and you're gonna remember when you lose, but they have to have it.
Rogue is one of those decks that when it's played against you, you're like, oh, it's so good. And then when you play it, you're like, okay, it doesn't feel quite as good as I thought when it's played against me,
Yeah, it does require some piloting skill for sure. Jade Guardians being the one to where I do think Jade Guardians will be the one to hit just because it doesn't have to be in your hand to get the discount. It's just too cost hard to play this game. That one is insane. Troublemaker's still decent because even drawing it late, you can still quite easily get it going to where it does enough. I can see Troublemaker adding a mana. That way you can't do like double 2-drops and Troublemaker on turn 7. I could see that costing 4 in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't think Rogue is doing much else other than that.
I bet you a couple of quest rogues, but yeah.
I bet that the Herald package from last expansion with the Sap guy, I think that deck's probably still pretty good, but no one's playing it because it's old.
Yeah.
But it's probably still good.
Yeah. Herald Rogue looks like it's like 48% or something like that. More Aya Rogue kind of struggling to find a spot. I know Aya's running some of the 2-bit rogues, but I think it's falling out. But yeah, Rogue doing just fine. Shaman, we've kind of talked about, is doing very well. Mug in particular with the all spells, especially as that has gotten refined, has taken over at the meta pretty much. I'm curious how strong Z is once Slagmaw gets fixed and added in, because I still think Slagmaw is going to be very good in that deck, even when it's working properly.
Yeah, it'll still be good.
So Shaman will be in a really, really good spot, I think.
I saw someone say something about the Shaman that made a lot of sense. They have 2 extra mana every turn. Like they just have 2 more mana than you every single turn. If you think about it simply like that, that's why it's so good. They have they start off with 3 mana and then they have 4 mana and 5 mana,
Yep.
So yeah.
I like Z because it gives you kind of like, you have to figure out how you're going to play it. And I think there's a lot of things that you're going to run into weird decks that people are going to play with Z because they just have to time the battle cry at the right time and what people can do with it. I think there's a lot of options there. So it seems it's just a fun concept.
It's really fun. Yeah, it's super fun. I agree. With the Herald stuff, especially just to time your double Heralds, it's always pretty interesting.
Yeah, very, very good. For Warlock, Rafam seems to be the most popular Warlock, but Warlock is another class that's struggling. There's been, looks like the Animancer Handlock is doing the best as an archetype, but that's at like 46-47% at Diamond through Legend. It's just kind of struggling. I think it if it hits the right curve, it can hold up, but it has to have the specific cards at the specific right time to just not die on turn 6. But if it can survive, it has a pretty strong late game.
Yeah, shoot. XL Reform is 34.2% at High Legends. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone just wants to win with Reform, though. It's just so fun. It's just like a cool card. But
It is.
And not being able to burn the cards helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, interesting. Yeah. That's crazy. I want to see at lower ranks what it is.
Yeah.
All.
There are also some really questionable bat mask decks floating around. With people are doing the Archmage with fireballs because you do that in Dios and blow everything up. But also there was one list, it's not doing well. It's like at 30-some%. That was running Earthen Drake, the end of turn deal 4 damage. And you bat mask and Dios that, and that was running Maiev. That way you could set it up like on turn 7.
Oh,
you would Maiev and make it dormant. That way you could for sure copy it the next turn and not have to wait till turn 13 with Ysera. It's not doing well, but it's a fun idea.
That is a fun idea. Yeah, Maev's actually a really interesting card in that way that you can like delay a card. You can basically like save it to pop up next turn. It's definitely cool.
Yeah, Maev's gonna. I think if Maiev ever becomes a problem, it's gonna be when we get if we get like an Il'gynoth style card or a Sith again. Just that combo enabler of okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna set up this turn so I don't have to spend 6 mana next turn. I can just do damage.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
you need to be able to play Maiev into Dios, and then you can do some random stuff.
Yeah, it's just so expensive, but it's definitely really interesting.
Yeah. And then last class I haven't talked about, Warrior. Not a lot of new stuff. Just using Warp Tooth and Hogger to do the stuff it was doing better. Dragon Warrior has started in Warp Tooth, and I find it really funny that the tech to make sure you get Warp Tooth out has been Mother Duck.
Yep. Duck Warrior.
So that you always have the rushes, and then Egg Warrior's doing very, very well with 2 eggs and 2 Umbras.
I've seen a fair good amount of Lagash Warrior.
Yeah. Lagash Warrior with the Blood Fighters has been experimented with. I think it's slowly getting some refinement. It looks like Diamond through Legend, it's crossed 50% last 3 days.
I mean, having 6 of them seems better than 3.
It is.
I haven't faced that yet, but it definitely seems fun. Seems cool.
Oh, it sucks to play against because you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do now? It's like an 8/8, a 12/12. Here's another 12/12. Jesus, what am I supposed to do?
Well, Shaman has Hex, so Hex just kind of kicks that out pretty quick, you know? And there's less Hex, it'll be better.
Oh, speaking of, I meant to say with the Mage, with the Milhouse, I've seen some Dragon Soul played with that, which, seems pretty good.
You know what? I saw that too. That is cool. People are really trying to make that card work. For good reason. It's a cool card.
And it works with Milhouse, so, good.
Yeah. You know what? I might have to try that. Sounds fun.
But I think the clear definition here is I think that we've seen that there's a lot of random weird stuff that can potentially be there if we can get rid of some of the outliers like Shaman, and we need to nerf Egg because Egg should not still be prevalent right now, and it still is.
I'm a little worried about Quest Mage too. I feel like that's the kind of deck that can like really take over the game again too. If you don't, because I mean, even with a snake, the Viper that breaks the weapon, they can just kind of hold it and push 100 mana of stuff on the board, and then you can't Viper anymore because you're gonna die if you play it. So, just a really powerful deck,
Oh, one of my favorite things is always when you generate a Viper off like a Dark Gift, and then you're just against a Quest Mage, and you're like, "Yep, nope, have fun."
I've still lost even from that spot. But yeah, it's certainly nice. But man, they can do some crazy stuff even the turn they play the weapon. All
right, but just to wrap this up, Pilot, what do you thought about the first week of the expansion?
Yeah, it's been enjoyable. I'm glad that the meta Tyrant has been at least a brand new deck compared to an older deck that got one new tool. Um, but I'm happy with how it's kind of setting up. I'm happy with kind of what it looks like it might do once, Shaman and Rogue and maybe Warrior and stuff get kind of tuned down and in place a little bit. There's definitely a lot of, you have a couple decks to where you've got, Face Hunter, Shaman setting the bar for, you have to be able to survive something this fast, and then Rogue setting the ceiling of, if you don't do enough by this turn, you're just dead.
Yeah.
To where if there's a little bit more leeway on both ends, and I think that it opens up a lot of options.
I think it's
Cantaloupe,
really
what do you
close to
think?
that. Oh, I love it. I'm having a lot of fun. I definitely think it's starting to get a little more. Ladder's going to be a lot of shamans and rogues now, so a balanced patch will be nice whenever we get it. But I think it's really close. I think it's really interesting, and I am like captivated by it. I'm enjoying playing still, and like Pilot said, the best deck is a new deck. Like, it doesn't feel, for how good it is, looking at the stats, it doesn't feel annoying to play against it. Whereas like Imbue Druid from the last expansion, we're like, oof. The feel is good.
Yeah.
It has a good feel, and which is good, enjoyable.
If you're not playing Shaman, Rogue, or Face Hunter, and you're still having fun with the deck, stay with it, because in like a week, whatever deck you're playing is going to be better.
100%.
Because those 3 decks are going to get nerfed on some level, I believe. And then whatever deck you're playing probably isn't, and it's just going to get better. So just have a little patience, have some fun, refine your deck, and you'll get there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
Fun.
so Cantaloupe, we have one final question we usually ask our new guests, and that is, what is your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is, oh my God, I love dessert so much. I got to think about that. That's like the hardest question I've ever been asked in my life. I mean, I got to say the Hearthstone cookies for now, right? Because they just sent the Hearthstone cookies out.
Oh, we don't know. We're not in the creator program yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. I would say then like a chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, probably. Anything with cookie dough in it.
So I used to, like, I think I've told this on the show before, but I used to work at this place called Sugar Jones, where you would call up, you would order cookies, we would fresh bake the cookies and deliver them hot with Ben and Jerry's ice cream and milk.
That sounds so good. That sounds so good.
It was so good. Like, I was a hit at parties. So if you'd like to support the show, you can do so by joining us over at patreon.com/breadandbutterhs, where you get access to the raw audio early. You get access to a members channel on Discord. You can help shape future questions. And if you'd like to help us in a non-financial way, you can let people know about the show and let us know how we're doing. Give us reviews. It helps. 5-star reviews are great, but, let us know how you feel. Our patron of the month is Crizzly Bear. Thank you, Crizzly Bear. You're awesome. Cantaloupe, where can people find you if they like to find you on social media?
Twitch.tv/Cantaloupe. And I guess my Twitter is the Cantaloupe. Let me look.
How do you spell that?
Okay, let me look. I'll tell you. Okay, it's I remember I misspelled the word by accident, but yeah, it's CANTELOPE. Like can't elope, like you can't get married. Can't elope. And yeah, and my music Instagram. It's actually it's not the Cantaloupe because I made it way before I made my stream, but it's Instagram.com/thecultlife, which was my music thing.
Would it surprise you to know that I accidentally found your I spelled it incorrectly on purpose by mistake?
I mean, it seems like a lot of us are making this spelling, So
yeah, I didn't know that it was misspelled.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know for years afterwards till someone told me, and
Yeah. Pilot, how about yourself? Where can people find you on the social medias?
You can find me Pilot712 PYLET on Twitter and Blue Sky, as well as Discord and multiple Hearthstone related Discords.
And you can find me at Tito Santana AHS on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, and wherever you find special, fine made leather goods. We have lots of new stuff. We're doing lots of stuff on YouTube, so please check it out. I'd appreciate you. Do you have anything you'd like to shout out or promote this week, Mr. Cantaloupe?
No, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. It was a good time. I enjoyed talking Hearthstone with y'all. I'll be streaming all week. I'm about to start in a minute. Start grinding ladder again. But yeah, just thank you guys very much. It was a fun time.
Always a good time to have on new guests. Pilot, where can people find you? I'm sorry. What would you like to shout out promote?
I don't think I have anything this week. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. So just shout out to Cantelope for joining us.
My pleasure, guys.
Fantastic. And I had something and I just spaced it out. What the hell was it? I don't remember. Anyway, everybody look forward to the new THL season. If you are looking to join a competitive Hearthstone team, go to the THL website, join the Discord. They are looking for free agents for the next season. You don't have to be good at Hearthstone. You just have to want to play. There will be a team for you. Go do it. Enjoy Hearthstone. We love you. But anyway, guys, I think we're toast. We'll see you.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Well, Mr. Cantelope, I know you got to run. We kind of blitzed through the end there.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to pressure you guys.
It's all good.
Yeah, just I start my stream at 8, so yeah.
I didn't realize we were going that long until you said something. I'm like, oh wow.
No, it's all. I mean, it was fun. That was a good chat.
No, we're professionals. We know how to do this. Next time we'll have you on. We'll try to get you on at 8, so that way we can get a little extra time.
Cool. Perfect. But yeah, thank you guys. Right, well, it was chill.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. I'll let you know when we have it. I'll send you the link, and we'll send you the collaborator link on YouTube and all that.
Cool. All right, man. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.
All right, have a good stream.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, Pilot, do you want to... I figured maybe we should do the duos right on here. Do you want to do a game of duos tonight?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to leave this open this time. We'll do duos here. We haven't played duos in weeks.
I know. I've been playing too much Dragon Age that night instead.
Have you beat Chronos yet?
Yeah, I told you that.
Oh, I thought you said you got there, but you never got through phase 2.
No, I got through it. It was one of the very next days when we were talking about it. I posted it, didn't I?
Okay, fair.
Where'd it go? Not hard.
You might have.
Games General. Yeah, Death to Chronos. Because I had a bonkers build.
Now, have you beat the North yet?
I have not. I got to the 3rd boss. Why do I have an achievement? Oh,
I'm trying to think who the 3rd
100
boss
cards.
Was. Who's the 3rd boss?
That's a fantastic question. Because last time I played, I did not get that far.
Because it's not the chick on the boat. It's not what's her butt, the Chaos, whatever her name is. It is. Oh, okay. No, it's what's his face? The one with the eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, I made it there once.
Normally, I work extra hours during the week so I can go home early on Friday. So like I only work 5 hours, but this week I have to take Friday off because we have to take our kid to work day, and you have to take that off if you're going to do that. So I'm like, I'm just going to work 8 hours every day. So we're going to have a nice relaxing week. Hopefully do a little bit more streaming. I was planning on streaming at like 3 o'clock today, but then I stopped at a card store, and then I came home and I said, you know what I'm going to nap. So take a nap instead. Naps are nice. Now, do you have band camp this week or is it next week?
Full band camp next week. We've got rehearsals and stuff the rest of the week. Was there a way for you to share the game on stream since we're streaming it still?
Oh, interesting. No. So I'm going to switch over to Tito. So we're going to do Tito just for now. So I'm going to end this here. I'll meet you over on Discord, and we'll launch this on Tito for just an hour or so, okay? So bye everybody. You know Tito Santana HS. I'll put it in the chat. Actually, you know what? Can I raid me? Can I raid me? I don't know if I can raid me.
I
Let's see
don't
if I
think
can
you
raid
can
me.
rage you if you're not streaming yet.
Well, no, I'm going to start up the streamer in OBS. Well, we still have the thing. Fly the flag. Every 2 turns you get a spell that adds a plain copies of minion to your mana pool. Wait, what? I have no idea what that means. That's fine.
Choose a minion from tier 6 or below and play copies of it to your minion pool.
All right, we're gonna switch you guys over to my other channel where we can actually share the screen. Like and subscribe. Good call on that, by the way.
Okay. I wasn't sure if
Hey,
you could share the stream with it or not.
I can, but it makes more sense to do this. Thank you, Bread and Butter, for the raid. Good to have you. Everybody, welcome. I'm Tito Santana. Oops, hold on. All right, Pilot, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to meet you over at Discord, okay?
Okay.